Well, you better not get happy, but if your day is crappy, it's the Michael Mara Show. Other shows may be richer, but this legendary picture is all you really need to know. You've been waiting for a while, now it's time for you to smile. It's the Michael Mara
It's the season premiere of Laverne and Shirley.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine. And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Robb Spew. Now, here's Mike.
Little technical issue. We started the show over for all of you people in the comment section, and thank you very much for joining us on the Mike O'Mara Show for a Monday, a spring forward Monday, and we appreciate all of you giving Robb the time. And the gist of what happened with the sad week we have, we'll let Robb give his thank yous in just a second. Was I was taking half that week off, and we said let's just I think in the interest of doing quality programming, we might as well just all regroup and come back here after the very, very sad loss of Bob Spew, Robb's dad. And it is great to see you guys again. It's great to be back on the show. And, it's I've lived it, Robb, as I told you a couple of times. It's very, very difficult, but I think getting back to our stupidity is a very, very good thing, that we can come back in and do this show. And
it's healthy. I like having some little bit of structure back. It helps. It helps. It also helps to put your brain on pause for 90 minutes and do the show. I did a couple things this week. I went and saw the Elvis movie 2 more times, and that helped distract me for at least 90 minutes, that I didn't have to think about all the stuff that was around. The distractions are good, and they're strong, and they're making me great again.
And I noticed you have is that a new backdrop that you have, a new virtual backdrop that we have?
Yeah, Mike,
stained glass that I
that
see
is
in back of you?
That's the piano room at Graceland.
Oh, see, I thought once you moved all your dad's stuff out, you had all this room.
Oh, I've got plenty of room now. Yeah,
that's that. Robb actually moved that piano in very shortly after that particular moment.
To be fair, it has wheels, so I was able to just sort of roll it in. It feels very good to goof off. My dad, Bob Spew, horny Bob Spew, Condo Bob, Robert W. Spew Sr.
Grandpa
passed.
Bob.
Yeah, that's what my kids called him, and I called him that a lot too. I mostly called him Pop, but Grandpa Bob was common. And he passed very peacefully at 5:30 on Friday afternoon, last Friday. And you don't ever want to see it happen, but his passing was as peaceful as they come. There was no struggle. His breathing just essentially slowed down. And we were working with Catholic Hospice, and I can't say enough about them. As you know, we're checking in on him about every 20 minutes because we knew he was not as responsive as he was even the day before. And she said he's beginning to take his last breaths, which allowed Kathy and I to go in, and I held his hand, and she put her hand on his head and talked him through it, said, "It's okay. You can go. We got things taken care of here." Because they say that listening is the last facility that remains with the body. And so I just hope he heard it. I know that even Robert called him. We put him on speakerphone and put the phone right by my dad's head. And Robert talked to him for like 20 minutes the day before. And if you want gut-wrenching, try listening to a boy say goodbye to his grandfather. It was tough, but everybody got, I think, what they needed, and it was peaceful. And I got to say thank you to the people at Catholic Hospice who really, really took care of all incidentals, busy work, stuff like that, stuff that would be spinning in my head if I had to handle it. And they just kept saying, it's done. It's done. It's done. And I think one of the most special moments is because it was Catholic hospice, and they talked about, was your father a religious man? I said, not inordinately, but he was raised Catholic. And they said, would you like a priest to visit? And I said, that'd be nice. And a priest did visit and prayed over him a few times, and I found that very comforting, but not as much as when the priest came to give his literal last rites. And this was earlier in the day on Friday, where he anoints his hands and feet and forehead with oil and prays over him and tells him it's going to be okay. And the prayer involves his survivors. I'm also not an overly religious person. I have my thoughts, I have my faiths, but it was the most beautiful thing because it let me know that at a higher level, things were going to be okay. Doesn't make it easier here on earth.
Yeah.
But it helped. So thank you to Catholic Hospice for doing what they did. I can't recommend them highly enough. The amount of people that they had in and out of here, and everyone was better than the one before. They're just beautiful.
Hospice, I talked about it when my mom passed away, that they just, I think the best way I would describe it, Rob, would be they give you what you need at the time. And
precisely. That's
quite
it.
often that's very, very
well, they know
tough.
how to handle something that nobody else knows how to.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's tough information. And they do it in such a way that they get you what you need, and they do so in the most sensitive way they possibly can. And I Rob and I talked a couple of times during the week about the hospice and how they just do an amazing job. And in your particular case, it was home care hospice,
yes.
which is a much more involved situation where they're doing a lot more for you. And when you told me that they did everything for you and Kathy, that's just amazing. What delightfully amazing people they are.
And you would think, you stop and you think they're good at it because they do it all the time, and they do. Yeah. But to me, it was never a procedure by rote. They came in and they got to know me, and they got to know Kathy, and they figured out the connections all around, and it made me feel like this was the first time they had done it, but they knew exactly what they were doing. So I can't give enough love to them for making this easier. You mentioned her. I can't go a further step without thanking Kathy, my stepmom. I could not have done this without her. I feel that she probably couldn't have done it without me. She loved him so much. He loved her so much. And to have them be able to spend the last days together was great. And Kathy was so strong through the whole thing and just guided us. One great thing, and I can't imagine not having this happen, is that back to Halloween, every time a decision had to be made about my dad's health, we were lockstep in agreement. I mean, there wasn't a but, there wasn't an and, there wasn't an if.
You and Kathy.
Yes, we agreed on everything. And that made it so much easier, because the last thing you want to be doing is fighting with someone about the ultimate end of another person.
It happens. It
I
happens.
know it does. I know it does. But as far as the administration of morphine and all that stuff, she was amazing. I didn't know I could love her anymore, but she's...
Or the fact that she hasn't kicked you out yet.
I keep giving her options, but I do dishes and I occasionally take the trash out. So
Rob is, I believe, slowly but surely, he is acclimating and beginning to love the Florida lifestyle.
When you get up and you step outside and you take a breath of air,
that's what he said to me over.
It's just so great. It really. Yeah. Can you imagine going through the death of a pal? Can you imagine going through the death of a parent with 2 inches of ice on the ground? I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there are not many positives here, but this is one of them.
Yeah.
I want to thank you and Josh for clearing out last week, letting me deal with what I had to deal with, because it's not a linear line. It doesn't get better each day. It changes. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Weirdly, Saturday this week was extraordinarily hard for me. just the day. I don't know why. And it was, it was Friday before I could make phone calls to anyone outside of my immediate circle without breaking down. I feel sorry for the people that got calls earlier in the week and just ended up with a subtle click, but you're just trying to deal with your feelings. Thank you also to everyone who reached out by email or text or message or social media, because, my dad he loved this show. He really, truly did. And it occurred to me today that this is the first time since 1992 that I'm doing something in the form of radio that he can't listen to. And he listened to everything I did. He was such a supporter of the show, and he understood the joke and rolled with it. He's so funny. He just got it. And it hurts because I think he'd like to hear some of this stuff. The listeners that reached out, when you see thousands, literally thousands of messages and thumbs ups and hearts and teary-eyed emojis, it helps. So thank you all for doing that. You need to know that my dad loved the listeners too. And I think when I think back, happiest I may have ever seen him is anchored at the corner of Freedom Beat, the bar, in that horrible Las Vegas hotel. But he was like a boy.
Horrible, and that's how it should be referred to from this point forward. We will not mention names. That horrible Las Vegas hotel. That's exactly how it should be referred to.
But he was like a boy out in the ocean, a lighthouse. You could go by that bar, and he would be at his corner seat and delighted to talk to you about anything.
Absolutely.
So, what I have to say...
Can I just interject one thing?
Of course.
Here? I was going to make a joke, and then I decided I'd be serious about it, because I was going to say, having a parent really pay attention to what you do on the show. What's that like? No,
it's nice, Mike.
And I'm not going to diss my late parents while this is going. But having that kind of connection meant a lot to me. It really did, and it's just so cool that you shared with your father. And it's not all that common in the business of show.
To be fair, he did cool. He did prefer Ron and Fez, but
yes, he did. That was his favorite show.
But he would watch us live when we were playing music and things for him. Towards the end, I did play a full 4-hour episode of Ron and Fez, and I know he was laughing inside. So,
yep.
The other thing I want to say, and it goes to all those messages and lovely sentiments that people reached out with. There were two things that always caught my eye. It was sort of a theme in some of them, and it really got me. And one was, your dad was proud of you. And that's about the sweetest thing you could say.
Isn't that nice? That is so sweet.
Because when you are trying to make your dad proud, and make no mistake, 55 years old, that's a key thing. You want your dad to be proud of you. You have a success, you call him, you want that attaboy. And when you're looking from the outside in, you don't sometimes realize if you're pulling it off, if he's proud of you. But people that were hanging with him at our last events and all the way back to New Orleans in the State Theater, they just said, he was so proud of you. And that means a lot. The other thing is, and this is so sweet, is listeners would say, thank you for sharing your dad with us. And I got to say, at this point, that's a mistake. I wasn't sharing him. I was showing him off. I was proud of my dad, too. He was funny and smart and handsome and with it, and a great writer, and could deal with any situation. If I had a personal situation, a business situation, a moral situation, I could call my dad. He could talk me through it. And so when I was sharing with him, no, I just wanted you to know him. I wanted you to know how great he was. And thank you for accepting him into the family. He got a chance to meet Josh. He loved Josh. He loved that the past 2 years of this show has been the happiest time for me in a long, long time. He was aware of it right away. He knew it. He said, this change has been good for you. You're lighter, you're brighter, you're more fun. He said the whole show's better. And I said, it takes someone who listens pretty hard to pick up on stuff like that. But it goes all the way back to the Don and Mike show and the morning show. We bonded over radio. We used to bond over music. Anyone who gives me crap for watching black and white, he got me into black and white movies. And one of the most comforting things this week, thank God my father is an ancient technophile. He still has a DVR. And when we'd at night sit down to watch TV, I could go to my list and see 30 black and white movies that my dad intended to watch when he got home from the hospital. So each day I've been watching a black and white movie as selected by my father. And besides the fact that he wasn't there to make fun of it with me, it was pretty damn great. So
I bet it was.
I mean, that's people link and they relate, pardon me, so sloppy, in different ways. But in a way, I feel like that's a little legacy he left behind for me. So what can I say but thank you to the listeners for your extraordinary love, for excusing us last week. Thank you to Josh and Mike for allowing me to take the time that I need to start this. Thank you, Kathy, of course. And just thank you for keeping me in your mind, because I've dealt with a lot of death. I've never dealt with one like this before. I really feel like a piece of me is gone.
Yep.
And you all have been very kind and empathetic and understanding. So thank you all. Appreciate it. The one complaint I do have is that yesterday was my birthday. And because of daylight savings, my birthday was only 23 hours. So I feel a little gypped.
I completely forgot.
Mike, I barely remembered.
I completely forgot.
This will shock you. It's not
the beginning of birthday season.
My birthday season starts with daylight savings.
Oh my God!
I did not feel like doing anything yesterday. So get up, and Kathy says, "Happy birthday! Do you want to go out to dinner?" I said, no. I said, "Well, we got to get a cake." No. She said, "There's a birthday. No, not that. There's a special breakfast at the Big Easy Casino." I said, "I don't know that I want a casino breakfast, but the casino might be nice."
Hey, you know what? Casino breakfasts.
I bet they're pretty good.
You could do a lot worse.
And I bet the people watching's great.
Well, it was even after the breakfast, because we ended up there. The thing that really surprised me, and I loved it, is those little tables that in a hospital can go over the bed?
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got probably, I'm just going to estimate, 72,000 poker tables at the Big Easy. And when you order food, they bring it to you on a small rolling table, and they put it right by your
casino thing. I think that's a casino thing. It's like the labor-saving cart of servers, Rob.
Exactly. And also, how many times have you had a good run ruined when someone spilled their beer on the felt? This is not a problem anymore. So I said, that's brilliant. So lovely. I get there and I sign up for my my free play, because I'm joining the Big Easy family. And I get $25 in free play for joining. And then she says, "Honey, is it your birthday?" I said, "It is." She said, "You get $10 more in free play for coming on your birthday."
A windfall.
I went, and you know what? I never cracked a bill. I played for 2 hours on $35, and it was great. Kathy somehow on 2-cent slots won in excess of $400.
There it is.
And I'm like, this is
Did anybody
meant to be.
deserve to win more than Kathy Stewak?
Yeah, me. I deserve to win, but I didn't. But anyway, it was. I want to thank the very, very distracted staff of the Big Easy Casino right here in Miami Beach. And if you remember,
was the kind of staff that really enjoys talking to each other, not so much the customers.
100%. And they did have four.
When you say distracted, I speak your language. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All I wanted was a bottle of water or a Coke, and it was like chasing a leprechaun trying to find a cocktail waitress. And I finally found one, and she was with the other cocktail waitress. Imagine playing football and the defense is 2 people, and that's the size of the casino, and that's the size of the wait staff. So I finally got to them, and they're together. Yeah, it was probably more smoky like that. And I said, "Hi, I was wondering if I could get a Coke." And they said, "Well, you're not playing now, and the bar's over there." I said, "Okay, thanks, Distracto."
Thanks for your help.
But so that was a positive spin on the day. That helped. My stepbrother, Josh, also named Josh, is back here doing some work. He lives in Tampa, but he's doing some Miami work. So even though it's a little cramped in the condo, it's nice to have faces here. Oh my God, I forgot to thank Julia, who flew in for my father, and he recognized her and smiled at her and reacted to her. And she canceled her flight. She built her whole week around my dad. And as my stepbrother said, she said, God, Julie's a badass. I said, yeah, she is. She truly is. She made it a lot easier. I got to stop talking now because if I get more into a eulogy, I'll bust up. And I will eulogize him in a certain format. I don't know what yet. We will have a celebration of life in the Northern Virginia area in the springtime. I've already spoken to Jimmy, and he's agreed to host it, and it's going to be great. So stay tuned to social media and whatever for details. But no, if you're within the sound of my voice, folks, he loved you, and thank you for loving him. That's all.
That's beautiful, and I know, get ready for the entire run of this show. You'll be able to reference him as many times as you want, and that's something that should, bring you some sort of peace with that. I don't know,
Mike. Right now, I'm in mourning.
You're in mourning. Yes.
I'm in mourning, and I want you to know that if perhaps beautiful video isn't that great today, I'm in mourning.
Right. Yeah. Well,
if I'm late to the recording, you have to understand. I'm in mourning.
I wanted to talk to you about that. It's we're very sorry for your loss, but no diminishment of the skill set, please.
Is such a thing possible?
Also,
I did want to ask if we could, since we are back to recording at 8 a.m., if we could change it to a morning show, MOURNING. Because as you know, I am in mourning.
The morning show.
Morning show.
I have one question. As far as so many listeners said your dad was proud of you. What's that like? No, I'm sorry. That's terrible. That's terrible, Dad.
Mike,
I know
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
To get it out of the way at the front of the show, and really, we're all very, very sad. Another big loss.
Oh my God,
I
know.
TMOS family. Janet Soberoff, the wife of our wonderful, beautiful owner of KCJJ out in Iowa City, Iowa. She had a long battle with ALS and lost her life at the age of 77, way too young. Steve, from all of us on the Mike O'Mara Show, from the bottom of our hearts, we all knew her. We all had met her, and we'd hung out with her. So sorry about that. And
a truly lovely person. And I think sort of the person that can help keep Steve in line at different times. It is. He got real lucky with her. I remember going out to dinner with her and Steve and me and Carrie, and just a lovely person. And Steve, I'm so sorry.
Wonderful,
so
happy,
sorry, Steve.
Joyful human being. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it even tougher. And he's a happy guy in his own little way.
Yep.
He's just a curmudgeon, but a funny man. And Steve, if you're listening to this, I know how racked you are by this right now. And it's just been it's interesting the way things like this do happen at this time of year.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if that's true. It's happened to us at this time of year. So, our condolences to all of Steve's family and
the KCJJ family. Because remember, that place, that's like a clubhouse for Iowa City. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves KCJJ, and she was such a big part of it. And Steve, my heart aches. I can feel your sadness in a different way, and I just hope we both get through it okay, because it's a major loss both ways. It's a loss.
So our apologies. Now, people might be aware online of something that here's the way I look at it. Mm-hmm. I don't think that family loss is something that, in my humble opinion, should prevent me from participating in my favorite sport.
I agree.
I would do the same.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. The way it happened was that I was planning on taking half the week off last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got the news the weekend before that Robb's dad had passed, I said, let's just all gather ourselves, take a breath. And by Wednesday, Robb, you'll be happy to know that I was emotionally recovered enough that I was able to participate in the invitational golf tournament with my buddy John.
As Julia took to saying moments after he passed, my father would want you to do that.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. And before I tell you the story of my favorite sport, Josh, I know to lighten the mood, I sent you a video about a potato over the weekend. Did you receive it by any chance?
I do have it.
Why don't we just, as a segue,
I
and then
love
I'll tell you
potatoes.
all about it. Let's see if you'll love them after this.
Okay.
This is
all right.
this is just to enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the story of a potato.
You're going to want to do is take about 2 inches of ribbon. You can use any color you like. I've chosen green. It's a burlap tweed. It's fun. It's the holidays. And then you're just going to simply
It is fun.
come around the belly of the potato. And you just kind of want to get it comfortable, right? Maybe he's drying off after a shower. And
What?
you're going to slip it in like so. Oh, it fell down.
You
that back up.
useless.
There we go. And tie it. Oh, not too tight. You don't want tater tots coming out of your tater.
I will never understand your
So
algorithm.
it's one loop around through it. And you just want to be delicate. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It's not perfect at all. It
Look
sucks.
at that.
She's not being
Look
serious,
at that.
Robb.
Look at that. Look at that. And you can use this anywhere. You could take this as a gift,
Sure.
perhaps at a party. It's for the
Yeah.
holidays. It's seasonal. It's perennial. Look at that.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that. Look at that.
I don't care if she's serious or not.
Come
I
on
want to.
now. Come on. Get your comedy.
I-
Tune it in a little bit. Come on.
Yeah.
That's for you.
I've
Come
I've
on
been
now.
leaning. I've been leaning negative, and you know what? It is charming when she gets
get
the
out of
ribbon
your
right.
Negative mindset. She's just doing shtick.
Wouldn't it be
potato with the
Wouldn't it
ribbon
be a
around
shame if she took that large russet baking potato and shoved it in her mouth and
Okay.
blocked her
All right.
airway?
You got to. He's going through a difficult time, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
in mourning, Mike.
You're in mourning. So getting back to it, the problem is yesterday, Robb and I had a conversation about the golf tournament that I played in.
Right.
And we were going to be, Robb was going to get done doing his thing, and
Yeah.
I was immediately going to transition into the golf tournament in a very funny way until there was a post that was put out online, because in this day and age, no one waits. No one waits.
No.
She was
Share.
proud of you.
Share. The whole world is shared. All
Very
right?
excited,
So I
yes.
wasn't able to do the shtick. Many of you who follow us on Facebook and are on the fan page might be aware of the fact that there was a significant moment in golf history yesterday.
Yes.
For the golfers in our audience, let me just say that when it comes to the kind of golf tournaments we play in, even a club championship isn't really a club championship. Okay, it's really not.
Explain.
Because we have higher handicaps, and it's just not.
How many spots do you have in the parking lot?
Well, no, but not those kind of handicaps, Robb.
Okay, just checking.
But the good players, in my mind, a club champion are the best players at a country club, playing each other, the very elite from the back tees, doing that, and then we find out who is actually the best golfer at the place. Everything else is stroke based where handicaps are used and you adjust. There's a talent curve that is adjusted with the handicap system. But next to the club championship.
Now, did you golf with Judge Smales and Dr. Beeper? Because he's no slouch himself.
No, who was the bishop? I'm trying to think who the
Bishop
bishop
Pickering?
was. Bishop Pickering.
Yeah.
When you do the next one down, for all of the average people, the people that are not that talented, is usually an invitational or a member guest where the member invites somebody. In my case, the member was my buddy John.
You didn't go with Mark Wayne?
Mark Wayne?
Yes, Christy Gnome's replacement.
No, not Mark Wayne. You're confusing me.
I like using his first name as Mark Wayne.
I'm just trying to get through that. Here it is. I have played in this tournament with this gentleman who is a far superior golfer to me. This is our third or fourth year playing in this thing together. I look forward to it every year. You know that, Rob. I take that chunk of time off to do this every year. He is generous enough to have me out there. And the good news about this is where I used to be a member. So I get to go out there and see all my old friends that were at this place. And it's a lot of fun because everybody knows me. They all bust my chops. They make tons of jokes about
if you were forced to estimate, when you say you see all your friends, how many friends do you have? I mean, and let's parse out acquaintances and people that just say hi to you.
Well, no, I mean, friends would be guys that I played regular rounds of golf.
All right, so there were friends there. Yeah,
there are tons of guys that I hung out with, and and it's funny because in the world of golf, when you do that, the best way to know somebody has good feelings for you is by they bust your chops.
Sure.
And I had a delightful weekend of chop busting. But at the end of the day, the way it works is you are put in a series of flights based on your ability. You have the best players, followed by the next best. We're in the middle of the pack based on our combined handicaps. Mine being very high at a 12.8. My partner's being about a 5.4, 5.6. He's amazing. He was
I have a sort of broken understanding of how it works, but I imagine there are listeners who don't. So when we say you are a 12.8 handicap, that is, if I'm not mistaken, a percentage of what you normally shoot over par in your last, 30 rounds?
Yeah, 20. And
okay.
That's how it works.
And so when someone is called a scratch golfer, that means they're at par all the time. But you're at a 12.8.
My lowest in the last couple of years has been a 9.4. My highest is a 12.8. No, I think a 13.4 is the highest it's been. I'm up towards that higher end. And by the way I played all weekend indicated that I was terrible. I mean, terrible.
Did you get accused of sandbagging at all?
No, because I was playing too badly.
Yeah, I guess.
If I was out there, but here's the thing: I did my bit on a couple of occasions where it counted, and we ended up at the top of our flight, which means we go out to a shootout. And this little thing is where all the golf carts line the back of the green. We've done it once before. We've been in a shootout before. We were third place last year.
Right.
And there's pari-mutuel wagering on this little event. And apparently we were told not by one, not by two, by maybe 15 people, they were betting on us. We were a favorite. We brought down the odds.
That's great.
And I'm here to tell you that after the end of the shootout, my partner John and I, we became the champions. We won the whole thing.
Attaboy, Mike. That's great.
And you might say to yourself, what do you
get?
The winners. Perhaps the greatest trophy in the history of trophies. Yes, it's a block of wood.
A block of wood with a flag on it.
There it is.
Well, and not only is that elegant, Mike, it's easy to display. Wow, good for you.
Put it anywhere.
Yeah.
Country Club, and then it says, I'll show you the back because that shows you the quality of manufacturing.
Oh, they didn't do a two-sided flag. They you want to see that from the front.
2026 men's invitational overall champions.
And you know what's great, Josh, is ever since he's gotten that trophy, not a single door has slammed in his place because it's a great doorstop.
Right.
Heavy.
Now, and
It's got a
somebody
useful
said, well,
trophy.
Yeah.
Mike, here's the thing. That's right. That's just his handicap for mini golf.
Hey.
That's funny. Yeah. So here it is. I think that. Oh, by the way, the lady's name that was doing the potato was Eliza Schlesinger, and she is a comedian. So just in case you were wondering what that was,
in
Why did
theory,
you like that. I really was just. I really thought that would be a palate cleanser, but for some reason it made you angry. I don't know. I can't get.
I
into
got a
that.
lot of
I'm not
feelings
sure.
simmering. I apologize. You know what? I appreciate what she did,
Right.
but I don't like her.
Maybe she took it a little too far.
Or not far enough.
Now, are you
Yeah.
going to? I need you to at least be a stabilizing influence here. I'm doing, and getting that. So Rob and I are talking yesterday. I said it's going to be really funny.
Yeah.
If I said that's, I was going to do something along the lines after Rob got his thank yous done. Really sorry about that, but let me get to my golf tournament, and that was going to be my segue.
Yes.
And unfortunately, because and there was one ass. There was one ass when someone, I believe it was the wife of my playing partner, who posted the picture, our little victory picture that we had up there. And so one of the comments, first thing this morning, I hop online. So let's see who it is, because it's going to be somebody.
Right.
Somebody's going to mention Rob. Somebody's going to mention that.
Mike,
and
I took the picture, sent it to Rob, and said, "Save your thank yous for Tuesday."
that is funny.
Yeah.
So we could do and I forgot what it was. I'm sure Rob is happy about that.
And you know what?
I was
A-hole, I was happy about it. I'm happy about it.
I know you are. And thank you.
It's okay for the world to still move.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
It really is.
It is. And it was funny. And then we had a little laugh about that, and it kind of got look, how many people looked at that? I have no idea, but it got in my it screwed up the comedy mojo, Rob, about
I understand.
the way we had discussed that we were going to do that. Somebody said, I saw that photo, I thought it was AI. Congrats, Mike. That's funny. That makes me laugh right there. So anyway, look, I love that game. I happened to make the final putt to win, which I've never, ever had a chance to do. And, there is a little pucker factor.
Oh,
as I like
God,
to
of
call
course.
it.
How long
And,
was the putt?
About 6 feet.
Oh, so not a gimme by any
Not a
stretch.
gimmick. Not,
Well,
it
and
was
that's the classic move that it doesn't matter how you played the rest of the day.
Yes,
That's all that
exactly.
matters.
All is forgiven, all is forgotten. But to John Becker, my partner, let me just say, John, thank you. I hope your shoulders aren't sore for carrying my fat ass for the entire tournament. And excellent job. And
If his shoulders are sore, it's because he's been carrying around a hunk of 6x6 as a trophy. That's why his shoulders are sore.
let me show the back end of it again.
Please. I love when you show the back end.
This is
Nice.
great. I want to put this on a table in the round so people can see both ends.
What
of it.
people would call that timber, Mike, is rough hewn. It is very, very
At
artisanal.
least they put the felt pads on the bottom, so you're not going
what's
to
on the
scratch
bottom
up your
here?
desk.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, look,
gonna
someone
mention the
actually
bottom.
made it. There's a label.
Oh, wow. Who made that?
We don't want to get in trouble, do we?
No.
What if it's a friend of someone? Anyway, that's it. We're going to
Mike,
take a break.
friends
Yes,
friends are the best thing to have.
friends are the best things to have. We're going to take a break. We will be right back with more fun and a little news for you, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to talk about pesty. Let's face it, bugs bug everybody, and everybody has to deal with them. If bugs are even a minor problem in and around your home, you have to check out our next sponsor, Pesty. It's getting warmer. Spiders, ants, and other bugs are looking to find somewhere to hang out. With Pesty's do-it-yourself pest control, you can make sure they don't choose your house.
Yes.
Pesty is on a mission to provide pro-grade pest control at an affordable price. Other pest control companies charge over $800 a year, but with Pesty, you can get started at just $35 per treatment with a customized plan based on your location, bugs, and climate. Yes, Rob Spew.
I used it last year. It's sensational. I'm using it this year. It remains sensational. No ants. Ants are always an issue in my neighborhood. And this, in 10 minutes, got me a whole season ant-free. It's crazy. This stuff is great.
You know what we have down here? We got the fire ants.
Oh, they're
those
bad.
are- Those
Bad.
would be nasty. Pesty gets rid of over 100 types of bugs, from spiders and ants to roaches and scorpions. The kit includes a sprayer, mixing bag, pesticide, gloves, instructions, and you can complete your application in less than 10 minutes. And the best part, Pesty is kid and pet friendly. Thanks, Rob, in case somebody didn't know about the number 10.
I just like to have something to do.
You do not have to worry. Plus, Pesty offers a 100% bug-free guarantee for your money back, or your money back, not for your money back. Let me start again.
Please.
Plus, Pesty offers a 100% bug-free guarantee or your money back. Protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off your order. That's PES. PES. Let me remind that again. Reading it too fast. Slow down, old broadcaster. That's PESTIE.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off.
Slow down, broadcaster.
Hi, new sound. There we go. Hi, everybody. Great to have you here. I was running around plugging things in right at the last minute.
And I think someone put on some glasses.
Well, someone can't see unless he has these. That's the way that goes. If you are dragging because of the time change, let me do this. There, now you can see my pretty eyes. If you're dragging because of the time change yesterday, you're not alone. 1 in 6 Americans want to keep doing what we're doing. A new poll for daylight savings time found 64% of us want to stop changing the clocks twice a year, and another 21% still aren't sure. 16% or
Who are these people that aren't sure?
I don't know.
They're the worst people in the world.
They don't know what it is.
That's
By the
right.
way, I think you should keep this energy up for the week. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. This is,
As you know, Mike, I am in mourning.
Yeah, well, the fact is, I remember when my dad passed away and my mom, there's a little pissed offness, right? I mean, that's
a
good
lot of
thing.
it. Yeah.
Let's see. So 21% still aren't sure, 16%, 1 in 6, like the current system. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's kicking my ass, to be honest
tough.
with you.
It's really tough. And it's, as I said, stole an hour of my birthday. I think we're in the time zone right now where if we just stayed here, we'd be okay.
Yeah,
I think if we don't move clocks again.
Where do you line up on it, Josh?
I always get confused on which one's the good one, but stop messing with it.
The good one. This is definitely
whether
the bad
it's moving
one
forward or moving back. There's one that's like supposed to match your rhythm better.
Yeah.
But this is the one that gives you, because this is the one that gives you more daylight at night.
And
I like that.
Me. You like that?
I like that.
And I like that.
And I like it, Damone.
Here are a few more fresh stats on our love-hate relationship with springing forward and falling back. Should we switch to permanent daylight savings time or permanent standard time? 43% say daylight saving, which is what we're in now. 28% say it's standard, and around 30% don't have a preference, duh.
I'm angry.
But I would probably answer it that way because I don't know which is good and which is bad.
That's what I just said. I don't know. I just wanted to stop. That's the
But when you are watching Jeopardy tonight and there's still a trace of sun in the sky, it makes you feel like you've had a longer day. When you are driving around and it's 5:30 and it's dark, you want to kill yourself. It's horrible.
Good. That is a good argument for it because I know when I go to the Great White North in the wilds of Maine in December and it starts getting dark at 1:30 in the afternoon.
The worst.
Not fun.
Well, that's part of it. Don't ask people in Florida.
Yeah,
we get more sun either way.
We do. We get more sun down here. We do.
That makes me angry too.
Majority of us would now support switching to. I don't care anymore.
And I'm angry about your trophy, Mike. I think they should have tried harder.
No, that's so that the next hurricane it floats.
Oh, there's only room for one on the trophy.
I'm not obsessing on this tournament. It's not like it's a big deal.
But can't you see the hurricane and the trophies floating and you and Carla are on it?
That printed out very nice for the frame.
It did. It did. Very nice. That hat on him makes me angry, though. Is that a Booney hat?
That's my kid's baseball league hat.
Oh no, not on you.
Yeah,
on the other guy.
Cap is fine.
Yeah.
Don't be picking on my partner.
I'm not
on my partner.
But the best headgear comes from Costco, and I think that's a Boney hat, and I think it floats.
It's a Titleist. Yesterday around 1:21 p.m., multiple shots were fired at Rihanna's home in Beverly Hills while she was inside. No one was injured, and the female suspect was arrested. The suspect is in her 30s and allegedly fired between 7 and 9 rounds from an AR-15 style rifle while parked in her Tesla across the street. We'll have more on that car later in the broadcast.
So this female suspect,
It's
was she
drivers. It's Tesla drivers. That's
was she
what
a
it is.
teacher or a nurse or a secretary? What did she do for a living?
I don't know. It's wild stuff.
That is wild.
4 rounds reportedly struck the house. Look, that's not somebody doing that. That's weird. A family source confirmed that is it ASAP Rocky? Is that her man?
As soon as possible, Rocky.
Was not at home. I'm so old.
ASAP Rocky, I think, is the way.
ASAP, see, I knew it.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky was not at home at the time. Thank you for holding on to the knowledge of pop culture enough to make us not look too foolish.
Well, Mike, I love his fables.
The Los Angeles Police Department says more information on the suspect will be released today. So
Great.
Are you familiar with the names of their children?
I'm not.
I believe it's Rizza, RZA,
Nice.
Riot Rose, and Rocky.
So he's not the as soon as possible Rocky. He's the second Rocky.
And the child Rocky is with an I, where he is with a Y.
Well,
So there might be a gender difference.
No, I think it's just so they don't mix up their cufflinks.
More information than I needed. All right, moving right along here. Come on, play the thing. Where's the thing?
Do the thing, Mike. Come on. There you go.
Rosanna Arquette says Pulp Fiction is iconic and a great film on a lot of levels, but she takes issue with Quentin Tarantino's overuse of the N-word. Quote, I hate it. I cannot stand that he has been given a hall pass. It's not art. It's just racist and creepy. In case you forgot, Rosanna is in Pulp Fiction. She's the girlfriend of the drug dealer played by Eric Stoltz. It's a great cameo.
Yeah.
Rosanna isn't the first person to criticize the overuse of the N-word in his films. Tarantino's also been called out by Spike Lee and filmmaker Lee Daniels. Samuel L. Jackson came to Tarantino's defense back in 2022. He said, quote, it's unfair. He's just telling the story, and the characters do talk like that, except for one. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'm not going to isolate one, but I will tell you, I get the whole creepy vibe when he is in the kitchen and they're bringing the body to him. That's not. Isn't it weird, Rob? It's weird the way he uses it so much.
I mean, so much has changed since we have worked together. That word has been taboo my whole life.
Yep.
But when I hear it in any context, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uneasy, as my father would say.
Yeah, and
there's got to be a way around it.
Tarantino uses
he does
it a lot
for that feeling.
to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, because it's not just one movie. He does it in most of his movies.
Well, Django Unchained, it's all over that movie, and the context of the era. I understand that, but that one scene where he uses it in Pulp Fiction is a little. Look, I love Tarantino movies, but I
do too.
also feel a little meh when I see that. It's definitely, and it's it's weird. It
feels
weird.
to me like that scene, and that's the one I thought of too. That's like pure shock value. And you know what? He's a better filmmaker than to need that.
Well, he's also doing it. I think he's doing it to do it. You know what I mean? He's doing it to do it, so it's weird. Timothée Chalamet grew up in an artistic home. His mother and sister have both studied ballet, so you would think he would have an appreciation for the art form. Well, not so much. In an interview with Matthew McConaughey, Timothy said, I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. He immediately added, all respect to the ballet and opera people out there. But
Doesn't help.
But then he took another shot saying, I just lost 14 cents in viewership. It's unclear how his family thinks about that, but the ballet and opera communities are calling him out. The Metropolitan Opera, the Metropolitan.
Yeah, that's good.
The Metropolitan Opera in New York City.
Good reading, Rudy.
Yes, thank you. We just channeled Rudy Martzke. The Metropolitan Opera in New York City shared a video showing hardworking crew members inside the opera house and said, all respect to the opera and ballet out there, the people out there. This one's for you, Timothy Chalamet. And then it goes on and on. They were all pissed off at him.
Yeah, Rudy's misspeak for you historians out there was Armageddon instead of Armageddon.
Fabulous movie, Armageddon. Thank you.
Timothy Chalamet, you know what? Do something that matters, and then I'll listen to your opinion. But
wasn't he Bob Dylan, Rob? Didn't you like him in Bob Dylan?
I didn't see it. I'm in
Isn't he
mourning.
the star of those Dune movies?
Oh, I don't look at those either.
Huge.
You don't look at those.
He was good. He had a funny sketch on Saturday Night Live.
Kyle MacLachlan was a better Muad'Dib than Timothy Chalamet. You know,
and Kyle MacLachlan was also in Showgirls.
And Kyle MacLachlan was also in what's the one in Alaska? What's that TV show?
I think
really the weird one.
Yeah, and it wasn't Alaska. It was in the Pacific Northwest about the killing of Laura Palmer. Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
wasn't that Kyle MacLachlan?
Yeah, he loved cherry pie in that.
Yeah, weird movie. Weird TV show. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I've tried to watch it a lot of times. I just can't do it. Julia loves it.
This is big news. This is
huge?
Wonderful news.
Great.
Scientists in Japan have created an onion that does not make your eyes water when it's chopped. How about that? They've been working on it for over 20 years, and you could start seeing them in stores everywhere soon. It's called, this is a very Japanese name for it. Mm-hmm. This one's for you, Bob Spewak, if you're listening up in
He's
heaven.
listening. He is.
It's called, I swear to God, I just had that my moment because I did it a lot. I did it more than I think of. I think your dad when I'm doing the show. So
yeah.
It's called the Smile Ball. The Smile Ball.
Is that because of side effects?
Smile Ball onion. In addition to not making you cry, it also doesn't smell as much as a regular onion, and it's much sweeter. Onions make your eyes water because they release a volatile gas when they are damaged, like being cut with a knife.
In Georgia, they grow the Vidalia onions, and this sounds like same. I mean, it's got all the same aspects of it.
I've chopped a Vidalia and had my eyes water before, Rob.
Not if you're wearing your glasses.
Perhaps you wear protective goggles when you're chopping up your Vidalia to go in your wonderful salad. Be sweet!
I was talking about knives with my mom this weekend, and this is a little off topic, but I wanted to introduce it today. Josh says I have too many sharp things at my desk, and my mom was going to a wedding shower, and she got cutting boards. I said, you really should give a knife with it. And she says, I have a couple knives that are like brand new that I could slip in, and she pulled out one, and it was huge. It's like a 12-inch blade, and she says, but I can't give them this because this is my fudge cutter. Meaning that's the knife she uses when she makes fudge at the holiday times. You need a long knife.
You were referring to something totally different.
And I stopped her. I said, I don't want to make this inappropriate between a boy and his mother, but fudge cutter is a pretty funny word. And we determined
let me show my fudge cutter if we're going to be.
No, we don't need that.
Okay. All right.
But then what we did to soften it is we said it could have been like a 1950s piece of slang, which is, look at Billy Bob and his Pontiac. What a fudge cutter.
What a fudge cutter that guy is.
And I just want to see if we can't get fudge cutter going as an expression.
I think it's going to be easy,
Yeah, fudge cutter.
I tell you, whenever you play tournament golf, there are always a few fudge cutters out there.
Yeah. I bet, Mike, you were concerned about your fudge cutter when you were doing that final putt.
Oh, I sure was. I had a tight fudge cutter. That's really the best way to do it. A 33-year-old guy in Malaysia is in the news. He's in the news for breaking the Guinness World Record for number of teeth.
Oh, how nice.
He has 42 of them, or 10 more than the average adult. He first noticed something was up in 2021 when a family member counted 38. Then an X-ray showed 4 more still waiting to come in. He officially set the record in 2023, but Guinness just did a big feature on him. He says the extra teeth don't really cause him any problems. He has a fairly straight smile with an extra row of teeth behind it.
Do you want to see some video? We have some video, don't we, Josh?
We do.
Of the teeth?
The teeth, yeah.
Very, very exciting. Yeah, let's take a look at that right now. Oh, there they are.
It is a second row.
Yeah.
They look incredibly healthy.
They do.
Doesn't look like there are any cavities. They're pristine. There he is. Little underbite. No, that is something else. There it is.
You know, it all really does even out, though, because we had a chief engineer at WJFK that only had 9 teeth. So
many engineers we work with were short
of
on
course.
those. And finally today, ladies and gentlemen, an inmate in Florida is facing new charges after he snuck away from a work assignment, and he did so to get it on in a portable toilet.
Oh, sexy.
Indian River County Jail is in Vero Beach, Florida. The sheriff's office had a barbecue fundraiser last Wednesday. A bunch of low-level inmates called trustees, I love that name, they got to work the event. One of them was 35-year-old Hartley Sanchez.
Hi, Hartley.
Who was serving food until he snuck off mid-shift. Security cameras caught him on video talking to 2 women near a bank of porta potties. Then one of the women went into a porta potty, and after checking if the coast was clear, he joined her. It turned out she is a former inmate. It's not clear if she knew Hartley before their encounter or if it was just a passionate fling, but he was questioned about it and freely admitted they went in there and got it on.
Nice.
She is apparently not in any trouble, but Hartley is in much bigger trouble than he was before. He's been in jail awaiting trial for theft and drug possession. Now he's also facing charges for attempting to escape.
In a porta potty?
Under Florida law, even leaving a work assignment for a few minutes can qualify as an escape attempt.
Wow.
He's facing up to 15 years in prison for it. Not a good move. It'll all come out. Hartley's actually going to publish a book about it. The working title of the book is Honey and the Honey Bucket. The working title of the book is Sex at Pooh Corner.
That's good. I like that.
Having sex in the porta potty. The working title, Scent of a Woman.
Oh, gross. You know,
Thank you,
Mike, the act of making whoopee in, like it's 1970, the act of making whoopee in a porta potty is known as fudge cutting.
He's a fudge. Rob, don't be a fudge cutter.
Yeah,
We'll
don't
right
you
back,
be a
everybody.
fudge cutter.
You be a fudge cutter. Fudge cutter. It's easier to start this year strong and more delicious with Omaha Steaks. Stay satisfied, get energy, and fuel your routine with premium prepackaged protein delivered to your door. From a handcrafted USDA-certified tender steak to gourmet burgers, versatile chicken and pork, and more, they have an unmatched variety of high-quality proteins that everyone loves. Right now, you can taste the difference and get an extra $35 off at omahasteaks.com with the promo code, it's different, remember that, Mike at checkout. I don't need to tell you how great Omaha Steaks are, but I will. They are my favorite because they do beef right. Unrivaled quality and variety with every bite, packed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. Omaha Steaks has been America's original family-owned butcher since 1917 and still cutting edge. Get it? Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code MIKE at checkout. Remember, new code, so pay attention. That's OMAHA steaks.com, promo code MIKE. Terms apply. See site for details. Scoob is, we're going to talk to Josh here in just a second. I turned my audio up. Scoob writes, is it me or is Mike's audio very, very low? Let me explain to you, Scoob. Josh Soroka is on a mission to slowly but surely turn my volume compared to the two of them down to as low as
I wish
possible.
I could control your volume.
And that's what. Now, is it better now? Does it sound better now? Is that better, or is it any appreciable change?
I guess Scoob would have to tell us.
Yeah,
Rob is very
it's a
loud.
YouTube question,
I'm very
not
soft.
a us question.
But you get it all. You get it all after the fact, right, Josh? And like tweak it up and balance it out and stuff like that. So sometimes it's a little, a little uneven for the people. That
It's not like we're in the
live.
same room, Scoob.
Exactly.
Jerk. I'm in mourning. Take it easy.
And Rob's in mourning, and he's in a different location, and it'll be normal when he gets back to
Grandpa
normal.
Bob would want Mike's audio to be low.
So what we're doing right now is,
Stop it. That's not funny.
Hi,
that
everybody.
affects us.
We have big news on the car front.
Yes.
Josh has alluded to the fact that he was going to join the electric family, and and then you drove one and you got like super excited, and then the last we checked you were waiting on one, and now it's finally been delivered.
Yes, I've had it now for a week and a half. It got delivered, and I took it. It got delivered on Friday. Took it out for the weekend, got used to it, and then I decided that it's time to take it on a road trip to really see how this thing does.
Disney?
No, I decided to go a little further. I took it on Tuesday. I drove it to Miami. So I decided to go visit Robb.
Oh,
He
that
did.
is so nice. That is
I
so
was-
nice of you.
How many times when you're in a situation like this and someone says, if you need help, call and I'll be there. And it's a very nice thing to say, but you never call anyone on it. And
Right.
Josh said, how about Tuesday? Because he'd been saying it all along. I said, you're kidding. Yes, come on. And he just came on Tuesday morning and showed up at lunchtime, and he took me out to lunch. It was as helpful as anything. We were talking about
Well, of course
distractions
he's going
earlier.
to come visit you. He's much closer than I am.
Well, he's not.
It was a 5-hour drive.
Oh, it can't
But,
be that long. I thought it was like 45 minutes.
Well, I had to pull over and charge, so maybe.
Yeah.
But Mike, so I got a Tesla Model Y or whatever, which is one of the lower end Teslas, not the big
Yeah.
ugly truck.
Yeah.
I'm glad
made-
you didn't get the truck. I'm really,
Me too.
really glad you didn't
I
get
really,
The Model
I
Y-
really like the truck. But the Y is like a nice little SUV.
I'd
We
like the
lost
guy that
Robb.
writes
He's-
closer, figuratively and literally. That's funny. They are closer. They are. That's funny.
Yes.
Can we? Is everything all right?
Yeah,
Everything
I think Rob's
going
got to
well?
restart because we lost his audio.
We lost
So
Rob's
he's-
audio.
He's figuring that out. But I'll tell you, so I got this
Yes.
car and I got used to it's different driving the electric because of you don't use the brake as much and stuff, and I'm getting used to that. But what sold me on the car during the test drive was the self-driving. And I'll tell you, I used the self-driving, and from my driveway to the parking lot of the condo, I did not touch the steering wheel.
Oh my God, that's
didn't-
incredible.
I didn't touch a thing.
By the way, we know the technology's been around, okay?
Yeah, I
but
know
it's
it's
still
just new
pretty
to us.
cool to talk about, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
So I got in the car, and the requirement now is like you have to look straight ahead.
Right.
So I put on a TV show, and I put my phone on my front dash, and I watched the morning show, catching up on the entire season, watching 5 episodes
whole
on the way
drive
down
down.
and 5 back on the way up and down.
How cool is that?
It's Mike. I've been anti-electric car because I'm an old fart.
And you don't like change. You don't like change of
No.
any kind.
But when I sat down in this car, I was floored. And also, well, the first thing Josh does is, do you want to see Mad Max mode? I said, sure. And he went from 0 to 60 in 1/8 of a second. And it was a most amazing display of speed. But also, we get out onto Route 1, and Josh is just talking to me with his hands in his lap. And it's really disconcerting. And
You don't have to keep your eyes forward.
no,
You have to
he
keep
does.
your eyes forward right now.
You
because I'm
earn
waiting for the-
it's
you
like
earn-
Dungeons and Dragons. You earn
So,
levels.
It's a little frustrating because the test drive I did, you don't even have to keep your eyes forward. You can play on your phone.
Yeah.
The firmware it ships with, you have to keep your eyes forward for about 3 weeks or a month, and then it gives you the new software. So it like teaches you to use it.
But it is.
Let me just ask you a question about that.
Yeah.
You say it teaches you to use it.
It makes you like get used to it before
You
it
will
gives
have
you the
more
full.
freedom to do what you need to do when you're in the
Yeah.
car.
Yes, when I get the new software, I can play on my phone, do whatever while it drives.
We were maybe 0.2 of a mile away from the condo when the car changed lanes. And Josh doesn't move a finger. And I'm like, what? And do you get used to it? And he says, yeah. But I think the funniest thing, Josh, tell him about parking.
Well, parking, we looked for a parking spot, and we ended up going because I said, I need to charge this thing. So we went and went up in a garage and parked it and charged it there.
Do you like put in? I mean, when I think of this, and I think of like Waze or
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
direction place,
Yeah.
like you put it in. What about the finding of charging locations?
It's all in there
as well.
So I typed in Robb's address in Miami, and it said, you're going to have to stop at this place to charge. And it went and stopped. I had to get out and plug it in, but it took the exit. It pulled into the random parking lot. It backed into the charger location. And I plugged it in and went for a walk, used the bathroom, stretched my legs, came back and continued my drive.
And when we got to Miami, South Beach, I mean, really the heart of it all, he hits a button to look for a charging spot. There's a garage there. The car takes us into the garage, up and around all the loops because it's doing it by itself. Then it backs into the space. Well, first it throws up a map. It says, which space do you want? And Josh selected a space on the touchscreen, and it backed it in. And the car, you could have used a millimeter measuring device. It's exactly in the middle.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
Steering wheel goes crazy and wiggles back and forth to make sure it parks perfectly center in that spot.
A 5-hour drive is a haul. Any moments whatsoever that made you nervous when you were when the car was driving?
It was the most relaxed I've ever been in a car. To the point that I got home and I said, I don't even feel like it was a 5-hour drive. I mean, I went down and back on the same day.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like I was in the car for 11 hours.
That is
to the point
amazing.
that I said, why would I fly back to DC? I could just do this. Who cares if it takes longer? I'm relaxed.
And
it was truly amazing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
We had traffic when we left our lunch spot in South Beach to go back
Waldorf
to
Towers, Mike. The Waldorf Towers, established 1937.
We went and got our Cubans, and then
the sandwich, not like labor.
Yes.
Oh, I thought cigars.
Also great.
I don't picture you two just sitting there smoking stogies.
No,
Josh loves smoking.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best
smoker.
way to break in the car.
Yes.
Cigars.
So cool.
We are driving back in the absolute worst traffic ever on this side road, where it took us, I don't know, 15 minutes to get there and an hour and 40 minutes to get back. Just stop and go, stop and go. Didn't
Welcome
matter,
to Miami.
We were just sitting there talking.
It was so
there
great.
was no stress of being in the traffic.
Oh, another thing is if you brake a little bit because there's a bicyclist or a pedestrian, they show up on your map on your touchscreen. You see people walking. You see people on bicycles. If there's a truck in front of you, it shows a truck in front of you. If there's a car in front of you, yeah,
we had a moment on this side street where a car came head on at us, and the Tesla stopped, waited for them to stop, and then squeezed its way in between.
Yeah,
to get past the guy.
And you're not touching the wheel.
Not a bit.
No.
His hands are in his lap.
By the way, for those that say this has been around for a while, yeah, but I mean, I've never heard a description of this technology from somebody, a friend of mine.
It's never been like this. This is crazy.
A coworker. I'm sorry. Friends would be visiting Robb.
Shush now.
But see, I think even
trophies don't win themselves, Mike.
It doesn't. As much as the tech has been out. And I did a demo self-driving car when I was at CES 4 years ago. None of it sells it until you're in it.
Hey, Robb, we were actually able to get the bit done.
Yeah, we did. It was good.
We're finally
and the other thing is when we got back to the condo, again, it shows you a list of parking spaces. He selects one. It backs in, goes nuts, gets it exactly centered. And he says, do you want to see, and I forget what you called it. I'll call it showbiz mode.
It has a light show mode where it basically dances.
Here's the thing about Josh. Josh is a road trip guy anyway.
Yeah.
This is going to triple the road trips that he takes because
100%.
100, yeah. It's crazy. So he hits this one mode and we get out. And first it's kind of cool because the side view mirrors start moving on their own. Then the hood opens and the trunk opens and the doors and the windows are going up and down and it's flashing rhythmic music to a pulsing Hollywood score. I'd buy it for that. That was really cool. But the fact that he could drive to Miami with his hands in his lap
is cool.
Mike, it's nutty. And he said that the target for this spring is to podcast while the Tesla is driving around.
I think that's an easy
and it's an easy fix. It is.
Well, I think it's a good time to be around friends too. So, Robb, when do you head back? When are you heading back to Virginia?
I don't have a return ticket yet. I'm thinking in about a week, but we'll see how it goes out.
Okay, that's not going to work for me.
You can come see me in Virginia.
That's really not going to work.
I know. Never in a billion years.
We will take a break.
Mike,
yes, we are making fun of the fact that I'm a bastard. Anyway, we'll be right back. Speaking of electricity,
yes.
I have an electricity story. We will do that when we come back, ladies
nice.
and gentlemen. Nothing hits home like home cooking, and HelloFresh makes it unbelievably easy to enjoy feel-good, flavor-packed meals night after night after night. Now, as you know, I'm a bit of a kitchen wizard, but let's be honest, there isn't always time to go full gourmet. That's why I love HelloFresh. It brings everyone to the table with meals that are simple, satisfying, and perfect for busy weeknights. Choose from over 100 recipes every week, featuring cuisines from around the world. Bigger portions to keep everyone happy. You'll find more than 35 high-protein options weekly, including new Mediterranean and GLP-1 friendly recipes. Enjoy meals with 3 times the seafood at no extra cost. Or elevate dinner with new grass-fed steak ribeyes that are guaranteed to impress. Because when dinner tastes this good, nothing hits like home cooking. I use HelloFresh. My whole family loves it. You should too. Go to HelloFresh.com/TMOS10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife. That is a $144.99 value on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. HelloFresh. 3 times the seafood. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Think of this. This is a game changer.
Now, I have to tell you that back a long time ago, when I bought this house and put in a backyard pool at the same time, roughly,
it was a cabin when you bought it, right?
It had an outdoor space, but in name only.
Okay.
And this is pre-explosion of real estate. Now that real estate has come back, really disastrously in Florida, back down to earth. So this is 2 times before that. Because I've been here a while now. I've been here for at least 7 years now. 5 years. 5 years.
Well,
10 years.
It had to be pre-pandemic. Pandemic is when everything started blowing up down here.
All right. So that would have been 2020. Right before, probably 6-7 years. I'll look at. I don't expect me to remember things. I'm old. Can I call that
12 years. Some of the animals that you had are full-grown vicious animals now, Joan.
But the point I'm trying to make here is that things do tend to wear out, and in the world of pools, things, I think, because they run all the time down here in Florida, they tend to go too. But one of the things I didn't expect to go was a pool light.
Yeah,
and the amount of times we use the pool, as anybody who has a pool in Florida, and the amount of time, it's not as frequently as you would think. The amount of time you use them at night, where you need a pool light on, or you have a pool light on, even less than that. However,
be truthful, Mike. You love your midnight swims.
Nude,
of course.
But when you have the pool lights on, you certainly want them to be on. Now, if the pool light, when I would turn, I have 2 of them. I have one in the main pool, and I have one in the hot tub area. It's one of those built-in things that you've got in the pool. It's
a safety issue too. It's a safety issue because if a body is lost at night,
be able to find it.
You got to be able to find it, and it might be in the hot tub, and it might be in the pool. You don't know.
So I am when I turn it on. If it was just out, it would be one thing. But it's not out. What it's doing is, if I can describe it, it's going blah, 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 blah. I think people that have had LED lights go bad probably experience this, where the light doesn't just go bad, it kind of goes blah, 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 blah.
They get confused. It's not like a regular bulb burning out. There's stuff going on. Yeah, I hear you.
Meanwhile, the light in the regular pool part is going. But over on the other side, it's going blah, 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 and it's madness. You can't. It's such a distraction, and this has been.
Is it unrewarding? Is it just satisfying?
Unrewarding, and because early on I investigated the replacement of it, and the prohibitive nature of the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Cost to item ratio, I thought was really silly. First of all, the only place I could find that would fix it were places that just wanted to put their own lights in, and for 2 of these lights, it was well over like $1,200.
Well, that's their business model, because once they've got their equipment in there, you're on the hook. That's what they want. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I knew it because calling the people from the originator of the pool, I would get this a lot. We really don't use that equipment anymore.
Boo!
I get these quotes. We really don't use that equipment anymore. That equipment is really tough to handle. The blah, 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 blah. It's just on and on and on and on and on. All right. So what blew up on the pool? Something else blew up on the pool too.
Was it a raft? You have to blow up a raft.
What's that?
Before the break, you talked about the pool controller.
The pool controller.
Oh, right.
It blew up and it needed to be replaced. That was an expensive repair that I had no way of avoiding.
Right.
But during that process, I said, and I've got this bad pool light. Because I'm a grifter, just like Rob, and
that comes from my dad.
I tried to indicate that the pool light malfunctioned because of the repair that was of the new one put in. They weren't having that. They picked us.
You couldn't pull it?
No, couldn't pull it off. It's a bad light.
That's a drag.
Light. And that light, those lights, they weren't biting on that one. I'm sure they get that all the time. So I'm back to
How
square
did you
one.
play it? Did you play the moron card? Because that's usually the most effective.
It's like,
I don't know what happened.
But now the pool light is on the first. I wonder if someone could take this is the way I would do it. I got to get closer to that.
Yeah.
I wonder if someone could, maybe take a close look at the pool. Doesn't seem to be working.
If you get any traction on that, step 2 is this. Mm-hmm. I know it's nothing I did, but I have a kid and a wife, and you know that, and you know how that works.
They were touching it. They were rubbing on the pool light.
Exactly.
So that's
did the pool light ever hit one of the big red balls out in front of Target?
No, it did not. That car's gone, by the way.
I know, but the ball is still there.
Car's dead and gone.
Still rolling.
Somebody else is suffering. God forbid. I hope they scrap it. Hope they put it into a big square metal box. Crush it like those car carriers.
Yeah, you should take out the headlights first, though, and put them in your pool.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? But they won't have colors.
Like that's true. That's right. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So I say to the guy. By the way, really nice company that's doing this work. I'd love to give him a plug, but the name escapes me because I paid full price. Anyway, let me just radio habits die hard, Rob.
Oh, I understand.
I get the guy out, and after all is said and done, they're not going to take the
course.
bait and go with it. So they send me an estimate. Before the light is even purchased, their estimate to come out and take the old one out and put the new one in is $800 to do that. That's before the cost of the light. Guess how much the light costs?
I'm guessing.
By the way, it's pool reality. $500 for the pool light.
I was going to guess 400 too, so it's even more than I thought.
So let me do the quick math. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $1,300. I can't. I'm not doing that. Thank you. I added that myself on my fingers.
You did really good, Mike. Did you? How much was it? How much?
$1,300.
Exactly.
In the meantime, I say I'm going to try to do this myself. And I thought that at the pool light there was a disconnection of the light itself.
Yeah.
And you just plugged it in.
Sure.
That turns out not to be the case. Fast forward, I'm looking online, $500, $500, $499, $499, $501, $500, everywhere.
Right.
They don't make them anymore, but they're out floating around.
Sure.
Oddly enough, they're
Get
floating
it?
around.
Did you check
eBay?
Temu?
Yes. What's that?
Did you check Temu?
No, hell no. I'm not going with a pool light
Good.
for team.
Good.
No, not a chance.
I would not recommend that.
Why is the pool boiling?
So I go out on eBay. I find one, $300.
$200 savings.
I buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking a chance.
Always.
They got. I don't know if you've been on this eBay. They have little auctions for stuff. And
Electronic Bay is a website where people take stuff that you need and give it to you at a reasonable figure.
yes,
And they F you on shipping.
that's just the way it is.
It is.
And so it arrives, and it looks okay. But what I realize when it arrives is that this is a task almost beyond me.
Okay,
Because
almost.
it's,
Almost.
Well, it's a long story, and a story you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to hear the finish of. I've never done that in my life, but we're up on a break again.
A true value-added teaser.
That is a teaser. That is
Yes.
a cliffhanger. And to be continued. I will discuss that at the beginning. But I got it for $300. It looks like it may work. That's where we leave you.
So, Mike, if it's
work.
a $500 part and you got it for $300, how
Yes.
much money did you save?
$1,000?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We're looking for $200. $200 is the answer we're looking for.
Time for another commercial. DermGlowSkin.com. That's where February health starts, because this month on TMOS, it's all about feeling better, having more energy, and getting back to feeling like yourself. We talk a lot about telehealth and doctor-prescribed GLP-1s because they support weight management by reducing cravings, helping with portion control, and taking some of the mental battle out of food. It all starts with a simple online medical assessment, easy and discreet. And how about this? There's something new. It's called Elate Spray. I'll say it out loud. Elate Spray. It's a doctor-prescribed nasal spray designed to support desire, circulation, and emotional connection. You'll have better circulation than a jet stream oven. Personalized care delivered straight to your door. And yes, there are payment plans available. Klarna is a favorite, and HSA and FSA are accepted. So if February is your month to focus on health, confidence, and feeling good again, head to dermglowskin.com. Click on the weight management and peptides button and get started with a simple online assessment. That's dermglowskin.com. Yay!
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
No commercials.
All right, we're making it work.
Mike, Bruce Springsteen, the rock and roller for the common man, the man who's out there giving you representation in the world of showbiz.
Oh, and I lost him while he's speaking.
Okay, I'm sorry. He announced his spring tour, so let's see what message the very old-looking boss has for us.
Brothers and sisters, fans, friends, and good folk from coast to coast. We are living through dark, disturbing, and dangerous times, but do not despair. The cavalry is coming. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band will be taking the stage this spring from Minneapolis to California, to Texas, to Washington, D.C. for the Land of Hope and Dreams American Tour.
That's a weird
We will
route.
be rocking your town in celebration and in defense of America, American democracy, American freedom, our American Constitution.
That's enough.
And our sacred.
The thing is I feel that he must be able to do a lot of good for the American way when his cheapest ticket, not from a broker, priced ticket, the cheapest ticket is $300 for this tour.
Well, he is the cavalry.
Wow.
And you know what? That's just like a kick in the stomach. That hurts.
Well, that's the reality too. I mean, that's anybody that's
That's
anybody.
all concerts right now.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
guess.
it really is. And by the way,
but it really sucks.
It does suck. And one of the greatest concerts you'll ever go to. I've never been, but I've just heard my friends that have gone to those shows talk about that. But once again, pricing the average guy out of the out of the world, and it's sad that happens.
And also, I don't appreciate him painting himself as a hero for doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it that we're all miserable right now, but some $50 nosebleeds might be nice.
I'm with you. 100%. I'm with you on that.
He doesn't need the money. He does not.
I line up politically with Bruce Springsteen, but I am with you on that. You know, mixing those two.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Not really cool. Yeah. Not cool.
Quick story about Bruce Springsteen. My father took me to a Springsteen concert in 91 or 2. It was amazing. I went with my buddy Brad. He paid for Brad too. And he brought a date to this Springsteen show. And as we were making small talk before the concert began, we found out that my father's date was also, like Brad and myself, a graduate of Madison High School. Class of 85. Brad was 88. I was 89. So always, that makes my father a hero to some, that he was dating people that I actually went to high school with. And yeah, she was cute.
Yes, was she? I'm sure she
was.
Was.
Yeah.
Way to go, Bob.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one story Brad called me with, and I had forgotten about it, and it brought me great joy.
That is a great story. Fantastic.
I know Mike didn't. Did you ever participate or host an exchange student of any kind, Josh?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't handle that.
Can I interject something here?
Yeah, of course.
I dated one.
From
Ava Freiberg. Would you like to know where she was from?
Bolivia.
Sweden.
Was she blonde and blue-eyed?
She was.
Very pretty, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Lovely.
Yes. My daughter Julia went to an exchange student program in Milan. We didn't host anyone. Carrie in high school actually did go to Germany and did host a student here. This is a lady. It's a lady who is hosting an exchange student from Italy. And when you have someone from Italy, where do you want to take them? Take them to the Olive Garden.
Oh, no! Oh, my God, no.
Rhonda.
All right, right here.
Why? Why? I'm not going inside, just so you know.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You promised me.
No, I'm
you
not.
Promised
Mamma
me. You
mia.
promised me. You promised me.
Is that the student?
That's the student there.
And please get a calamari and a fried mozzarella, please. Thank you. Italian kitchen. What is this?
That is Alfredo.
This is Alfredo. See? Mamma mia. Okay, so I will try the breadstick with the
Alfredo. I told you. I'm talking about these things for 9 months.
This is good, guys.
I told you.
Okay, that's enough. He says it's good. He says also it's not Italian. And I also want to see him holding up today's newspaper because the way he described it.
Kidnapped, right?
Yeah. Obviously, they didn't go to the barber shop before they went. So that's nice, too.
That's it. And that's kind of a good promotion for Olive Garden, right?
It is, yeah. Unless you watch the entire 3-minute video when he keeps saying, this is not Italian.
Not Italian.
This is not Italian.
Come on.
So, but I mean, if you put cream and butter on a breadstick, it's going to be good.
I think it will. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. While we're talking fine dining, Mike, let's close with this. Taco Bell. Does your regular order ever include a quesadilla?
Not mine. My son, yes. Me, no.
Okay. This guy got several 100,000 hits over the weekend because he's dissatisfied with the way the quesadilla is served.
Okay. I can't wait for
these
this
fucking rappers to where you can open the son of a bitch without it ripping the damn quesadilla open. Multi-million-dollar company, and y'all got these fucking moisture locking fucking sacks to put this.
Oh dear. Oh my. Oh my.
So maybe they might want to look into styrofoam. I don't know.
This is not the best quesadilla I've ever had. Yum, yum.
Moisture wicking paper, Mike. That's the secret.
Moisture wicking. Now listen, we did a tease.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I will finish the story about my household project, and I probably ended the way you expected it to end. All right? Yeah. Anyway.
And also tomorrow, I would like to question the way your enthusiasm was embraced by your family.
Yes.
Because I'm sure they played into it some.
Yeah. Well, mostly what plays into it is my wallet. We got to get out of here. Tesla Josh, Robb Spew, thank you very much. Great to have the fam back together. We will be back with a brand new episode for these two knuckleheads down here. Dear friends, you know what friends do? Friends drive down to visit other friends when they're in need.
Mike, dear friends win tournaments.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Love you, Pop.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it! Shut up!